Now, let me get the box here. One of the kids didn't bring it, or wasn't here, so his dad brought the box. I'm going to swing through here, guys, if you don't mind. Let's make a way. Very good. I don't want to step on anybody. Excuse me just a second. I don't want to get any little fingers. All right, there we go. Let's see what's in the box today. You ready? It's moving around. Let's find out. Oh, this looks like something a boy would bring, doesn't it? Right there, man. That is a great, cool truck, man. Let's see here. It's a monster truck. It's a Jeep. It's a big, that's a manly hunk of metal right there, right? Now look at that thing. There's a piece of paper in the bottom. Why do you think that piece of paper is there? Okay, probably has to do with probably has to do with a battery and keeps from making noises, right? So, let's say that you're in church and you brought a toy with you to church, and your toy has a button that you push. You guys have toys with buttons that you push, and whenever you push that button, it makes a noise like or beep, beep, beep. That's what this would make. I don't know, but it makes a noise, and it's so fun to push the buttons and make noise. But wait a minute, when you're in church, is that a good idea? No. Why wouldn't that be a good idea? It's interrupting. Right, because you're interrupting. Because whenever, you know how it is, whenever, let's say you push the button on your toy, your truck, what would everybody else around you, what happens to them?
They get distracted.
Yeah, they get distracted. They're looking around, hey, whose truck is that? Whose truck is that? Whose toy is that? So that's why it is true. That's why, hey, listen, really, you come to church because you don't want to distract other people from hearing the truth, from putting their focus on the Lord. Because really, that's what we are doing here. We're not just going to church for no reason, just to make us all feel good. You come to church because we want to hear the truth. At our church, we believe that God speaks through the truth, His Word, the Bible. And so you want to learn that's why you don't bring your toys. It's why moms and dads put their cell phones on silent. But you think about it, that's why it is important for not just that you don't distract others, but in church, when you come, I hope you already are preparing your heart. You say, Lord, I want to seek you today. The Lord's seeking you. Believe me, the Lord's seeking you. He's very concerned to touch your life, and He wants to change your life, and He wants to talk to everybody in this church today. He wants to speak to your heart. But you need to be ready for that. And so I hope it's not just getting dressed, and it's not just getting everything just right, though it's a good idea to start on Saturday for that. And it's not just when you come because I don't want to disturb somebody else, but I want you to learn in your life to come expecting God to speak to you, and for God to speak to your heart, and to be settled enough so that God can speak. It's one of those things that's important. And I'll say to moms and dads, can I tell you that one of the important things you do for your children when they're young is you teach them how to focus in church. And kids, can I talk to them for a minute? Okay? Yeah. And listen, if you wait until they're 3 and they leave the nursery, you're going to have a hard time. So what you do is, I've thought about doing this before. I'm going to tell you. What you do is you start with them before they ever get here on Sunday. You might start during the week. If you have a fidgety one, and how many of you kids do a lot of fidgeting? You all have, okay, and they have a hard time focusing. So you know what you can try? We're going to try sitting in a chair for 30 seconds. You put your little timer on, and after 30 seconds it clicks. Can you sit there for 30 seconds? And for a fidgety child, that seems like forever, doesn't it? But they can do 30 seconds. And hey, listen, how about for a minute? And they can do a minute. And they didn't do it. Okay, that's all right. Stay there till the timer goes off. And when it dings, or if you have a little hourglass thing, then that way your children can see something, and they're learning self-control. And then you start Saturday. You do that through the week so that as they get older, they're teaching to focus. And then other things you want to do when you're working with your children is not that when you don't get their minds thinking, when I come to church, it's color time. Because the adults are the ones that do. What you want to start doing with your kids is you want them to get a Bible, or if they have an iPad, whatever they use, or their phone. They don't have one of those. Let them have the Bible. Let them follow along. Maybe you're going to say, okay, what we're going to do this week is I want you to tell a story, or I want you to maybe draw a picture about what you learned, so that your children, when they're 3, 4, 5, 6, you're already engaging them in hearing from the Lord. And you're talking about that with your children. Does that make sense, moms and dads? All right. God has given these children to you, and part of your responsibility is their training and helping them to hear from the Lord and not distract others from hearing from the Lord is one of your responsibilities in a community of faith like a church. So that's the children's worship for the moms and dads from the truck today, all right? So who's going to take this truck? Oh, actually, Mr. Jones, I'm going to leave it right here, and you can pick that up and take it back to that boy of yours, okay? Let's give this to one of those girls. Let's see, is there a girl that would like that box? This is a girl that would like that box. Thank you, boys and girls. You can take